Will from Creative Woodcraft here. I just want to show off some of the things that we've been working on for the last couple months. We've made a lot of changes around here, so I just thought I'd put them all together in a video, and here we go. So first things first, here, our plywood storage area. So as we see around where we store all of our sheet goods, we had an issue with the entrance into our shop was quite narrow. So we've actually gone and added a beam up here and made the entrance a lot wider, so now we can get full-size sheets in. And this is also going to leave us room so that we can get our SCM flex store in the next number of months. And as we walk in, first thing we see here is we've got a new Doucette return conveyor for our edge banders, so that's brand new now, just was been in for a couple weeks. Another new piece of machinery here for us is this WEMA grinder. So it was a used unit, but it's been pretty helpful as far as just using up waste right at the source. Another improvement here we've been working on is behind our CNC machine. So our CNC machine's moved now, but we've put up some mega wall and we've started adding some shadow boards and stuff like that. So still a work in progress, but inspiration obviously from Tyler Trim Art. So here is our Offcut Storage area. We've had this for a little while, but the improvement we've made here is we've added some labels here at the bottom. So you can just see, added a little whiteboard to bring it out flush, and then we've made up some little signs just to show what goes in each area. And the idea here would be once this rack is full, or any of these slots are full, at that time it's time to throw stuff out. Done a bunch of work here to our edge tape storage area, just creating places for the edge tape to go. So you can see that we have labels on most of the edge tape. You can see here with locations, and those locations are in our management software. So if anybody was to look up one of these edge tapes, they could find out where they're located quickly. The other thing that we've done is in our management software, we have named all of the edge tapes with any aliases, like meaning if it's a specific edge tape, for instance Folkstone, but maybe it might match a Benjamin Moore color, that color would also be in our management software, so you can easily search and choose the correct edge tape to match a particular paint. Something we're really excited about here is we've created what we're calling a loose parts cart. And the idea would be that any of the parts that would end up getting shipped to the job site loose. So for us, that's adjustable shelves, but it's also applied panels, fillers, anything like that. They would get put on these carts. We've got a couple different sizes. And on the carts, we've got this center divider can be moved. So you can see these other holes that can move into different locations. There's other holes through the sides. Right here you can see. Those holes are there so that we can run straps in various different locations, with the idea that these carts can get loaded, wheeled straight into our truck for delivery. As well as there's a little spot in here, a spot for straps to get hooked here, as well as on the back. So a whole bunch of different ways that these can get strapped, because obviously not every job is going to be the exact same. So this one here is just showing as the parts are starting to get put into the cart, but I'm going to show you another one here in a second that shows when a job is fully loaded on there. Here's an example of a job. So we've got all of the loose parts for this job right now on this cart, and you can see that on every bundle we've got shipping labels here, so you can see the shipping label with the barcodes. The process that the guys follow is that once the sticker's on there, everything's been scanned. They are highlighting it with a yellow marker just so we can see at a glance that everything's been pre-shipped in our system. And additionally, all of the barcodes are sticking out so that if we do need to scan anything, it's really easy to access. And then we've gone and put these kind of potato sacks on the outside of these carts, and a little whiteboard so we can write the job name. And the idea here is that these potato sacks will be able to put things like any loose items, so things like handles, paperwork, anything like that, any loose type hardware would go in there. So keeps all of their entire job together. So these loose carts that we're talking about, they're actually to replace these cabinets that we had. So what we did previously was all of the loose parts that were needed for a job would get put on a cart. They'd get wheeled into our shipping area and then manually lifted out and put into these cubbies. So these cubbies, we had a long row of these cubbies along the one wall in our shipping area, and took up a ton of space. There's a lot of handling by taking parts off the cart into the cubby, and then again lifting it from the cubby into another cart to be able to wheel it into the truck. So we think that we're going to be able to save quite a bit of time by placing it on a cart once, and that's it. It gets wheeled right into the truck. So something that we've been doing for quite a while now is we've got these flat carts that the cabinets get put onto once the cabinets are built. Once they're on these carts, typically is where we're going to hang all of the doors and stuff like that. And once everything is completed, these carts would get wheeled from here directly into our storage area. And one thing we've done recently is built a little rack to store our empty carts. So that's it right here. So I'm just going to show you our assembly area. We've done a little bit of work in here as well. So what we have done is we've added Kanban cards to our drawer hardware. So basically the way this system works is that we've got all of the shelves are labeled here with with what the hardware is that goes on that shelf. The shelf has a location, and then we have another shelf here that's red, with the idea that this is our active stock, and then this is our Kanban stock, and of course here's our Kanban card, so that Kanban card can get pulled when we draw or the inventory drops to that level. So that's all of our drawer hardware we've done that with now. And then for our assembly benches, we have gone through all of our drawers. So I can show that, where basically we've used some Kaizen foam to create a location for everything. Got some shadow boards here for the tools that guys are using all the time. Again, all the drawers are now organized. Everything has its place and it's in its place. Place for drills, place for screws, cleaners, glues. All the drawers are nicely organized. So at the end of our assembly bench, then we move over to our door drilling area. So the door drilling area, we've got a little Kanban station here. So this is all of our specialty type hinges. All go up here in these drawers, and these are all done with Kanban. We've got a shadow board area here, so all the tools that are used most frequently are here. All of our jigs are up here. Got all of our drills and everything are all in place. And then as I snoop around here, we've got all of our jigs and everything in a drawer, all organized. Everything else is kind of at your fingertips here. So I'm just going to show off our finishing room here. So we've got our Wanderous panel cleaner, and then our Chefla Prima. And something that is new to us here now is the cycle mix. So this is something that we just had installed last week, or the week before. So that's something we're pretty excited to start using that. You're also in the finishing room. Here's something that guys have put together, just a list of all of the maintenance tasks, any kind of checklists and things like that, things that need to get followed regularly. Yeah, I'll just take you another look around the finishing area. So we've got the messy bench where everything gets mixed. And our Kremlin pumps. So there we are. So just outside of our finishing area, we've been working on our storage of paints. So we have labeled everything here, and we've got all of our Kanban cards. You can see we've kind of put up this little flip system so that when you go to grab the can in the back, you've got to flip up and pull that card. So right here. And then on the other side, we look around and we've got the storage of our 4-liter paint cans and stuff as well. So again, everything has its location. The locations are all listed in our management software. This is the new part of our shop here. So we've just taken over this space midway through December. So we've opened up this wall to access this area of the building. And we've moved all of our machinery over here. So we've got all of our woodworking machinery as well as our prep area. I'll take you through the prep area here first. We've got our downdraft sanding tables. We've also got our Cosmo sanding robot here. Something we have been working on is standardizing all of our prep benches. So we can see that they're all exactly the same. So if you're using one or another, it doesn't really matter. Everybody's used to how they are. So you can see everything has its place. One thing we have set up in some of these areas is some crumb trail cards here. You can see we've got the location of where to find the rest of this edge tape or the masking tape. All of our drawers are all organized here, and they're all done the same way. So this is some mega wall that we've put up, again inspired by Tyler. So this is our the beginning of our tool wall, with the idea that we're just going to store all of our shop tools, the things that aren't necessarily dedicated to a particular workbench. They can be used by anybody in the shop, with the idea that everything will have its place, and if something's been removed, we know where it goes back, and we know if anything's missing. So we've got that here, and then also in this area we've got our solid wood storage, some more mega wall. This mega wall we've got storing all of our plywood rips right next to our chop saw razor gauge. So this is where we'll build all of our ladder kicks and stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty cool. We've shown this one here in another video, but it's pretty cool. So I'm just going to show it here as well. Again, we've got a glue filling area. So here we've got our wood glues, and in the top one here, we're able to twist it down and tip it out to be able to pour out the glue. Pretty cool. So this is our inventory area here. I'm just going to show the first part where we've got all of our vinyls. So what we've done here is we've got little chunks of vinyl glued onto the side, so we know which colors are where, and everything's kind of labeled on the face, so we can see the names of the vinyls. So we know right away if we're missing anything. Also, if we look in this area, we've got our Kanban inventory area. So basically, get a good look at it here. We've got all these large bins. We got them from Uline. Everything's labeled, both with a location and an image here. Of course, in all of these containers, we've got a Kanban card in the back. So once it's the 2-bin system. So we're gonna have a couple different sides of that. So here we are. We're keeping pretty much all the inventory in the shop down on this end here. We've got other areas here that we're in the works. These are any of the taller or longer items. So again, you can see that we've got Kanban areas. There's sort of a little blocker here for the Kanban stuff to be in the back, and anything in the front is going to be our active stock. The locations are here as well. So here we got all of our moldings. So again, there's all of the locations are up here. And then again, this is a work in progress, but we've kind of got the labels for the crown molding like that. Again, with the QR codes as well, right to our supplier's website. Another little improvement we've made here is creating this gluing station. So we had been gluing on carts, so spray contact for laminates and things like that. Of course, the glue would get all over the floor, and that was driving us crazy. So we have created this great big area that it's all on wheels and it can move around. We can store our glue canisters right in the back of it here, and it keeps the shop a lot cleaner. That pretty much wraps it up. I just want to thank our team here at Creative Woodcraft. They've been working really hard over the last couple months to put all these improvements together. I think our shop is looking great. It's really exciting for what we're going to come up with in the future.